So earlier we were discussing the talking drum and kind of how it works. And so now let's talk about that with some science and some music terms. And so, as you have possibly hypothesized or you might even Google search, um, the chords, the tension chords, as they are squeezed in, they pull the head tighter. So they pull the drum head to be more taut against the drum. And when that happens, the mallet or the hand, however you are making contact, will vibrate with shorter waves. And so essentially, the shorter the waves, the higher the pitch. So when the drum is completely loose and we hit the drum, the head is able to vibrate very, has a lot of space to vibrate. And so there's a lot of waves. So when we pull it tighter, the head is less able to do this and is more like this. Looks like kind of like a floppy fish. And it's the wavelengths are much shorter. So the shorter the wavelengths, the higher the pitch, the higher the frequency. And you can even hear I was trying to do it. It was hard to coordinate because as the sound is being produced, as the waves are coming through from the drum head, and as the drum head's vibrating, I'm loosening or tightening the head so the waves are changing, and that's how you have that change in pitch as I go. Now, for this instrument, because it's a drum, the dynamics, the volume, change based on, and I suddenly got very dark, there we go, the volume, the dynamics change based on the force that I implement. So if I have tap it very softly, it is soft. If I exert more force, I live in a building, so I don't want to be, knocking on the door. But so the dynamics, the volume change on that. So this is an example of how some of the terms could be utilized, and also how this drum works. Now you could also get in because it is shaped. It does go down and then back out. What do they call it? Concave, convex. Those words I'm not so good at. I'm not the best at the science. But that also affects the sound. Dark again. That also affects the sound as well as other pieces that are going on. The fact that it's not an open drum, that there's two closed pieces, affects the sound. So there's a lot of pieces within this just one drum. And then the science, bringing back to the science, being able to pull in these vocabulary terms and not just saying, well, it's getting louder and softer, or it's getting higher and lower, but surrounding the students with these, with this vocabulary so that they hear it over and over and are making the connections. You don't know, really and truly, we don't know at what point they make these connections. So it could be in science class when, they're actually reading about how the sound works, or it could be in music class, or like we're going to soon dive into, it could be during a makerspace activity.